Thank you, Selina. Let's return to that fire at the Universal Studios in Hollywood. Let's get the latest from our Los Angeles correspondent, Rajesh Mirchandani. Rajesh, we were speaking to one of the vice presidents of Universal who said it was business as usual today when the amusement park opens. Does that mean that the firefighters have got this fire under control now?
Well, there's two things to talk about here. Firstly, the theme park is on the other side of the park than the studios, and the theme park, as far as we know, has not been affected. There are a couple of hotels in that area as well, part of the complex. We understand they've not been evacuated, so the fire doesn't seem to be affecting that major part of this enormous complex. But yes, the Universal Studios will open as planned in less than an hour's time. They usually have studio tours that go around the studio lots, which is exactly where this fire has taken place. No doubt those will be affected. But in the last half an hour or so, local firefighters seem to be suggesting that they think they're getting a handle on this blaze and that they might start to be coming under control.
The vice president from Universal was really very upbeat about how they were going to bounce back, but they have lost quite a lot of Hollywood history here, haven't they?
Certainly a lot of parts of the studio have been affected. Firefighters say that at least one giant soundstage has been destroyed and as many as 3 blocks of movie facades, and that includes things like New York street scenes and a New England street scene. And certainly any viewers who've been on holiday to Los Angeles and have taken the Universal Studios tour would have been through those locations. So those are quite famous Universal Studios Hollywood landmarks, if you like, that seem to have been destroyed in this fire.
Just take us back to when fire was first alerted, when firefighters were first alerted to this.
Yeah, this was at about 4:45 our time. This was before dawn this morning, so we're talking about 3.5 hours ago now. There's been more than 200 firefighters on the scene. They've confirmed that there was at least one explosion at this giant soundstage. They can't be clear yet whether the explosion caused the fire or the fire ignited the explosion. They think it may have been in a propane tank, because you've got to remember these sound stages are cavernous structures full of material that's very flammable. You've got wooden props, wooden stages, you've got a lot of scaffolding, you've got a lot of fuel for other parts of the production, a lot of fabric for costumes and things like that. So a lot of things would have gone up in flames very quickly. And certainly we saw from the pictures that you had huge, thousands of feet high plumes of black smoke billowing out from this soundstage for the first couple of hours. What we're starting to see now is white smoke as well, which seems to suggest that the fire might be dampening down slightly.
But the good news is no one appears to have been injured in this.
That's certainly the indication we're getting at the moment. The studio spokesman has said that they believe that there may have been filming going on at the time. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean actually at the moment that the fire started or was reported. It may mean that that soundstage was just generally in use at this time. But yeah, we're getting no reports of any injuries. Certainly that's what's coming back from the firefighters.
Great. OK, Rajesh Mirchandani in Los Angeles. Thank you very much.